Hey guys, Mad Scientist here, and today I am back for day number 4 of r/SupernovaRevenge. Although, in the process of trying to find today's stories, I've just realised this subreddit might not even get a full month's worth of videos. Not unless I'm reading one story per episode. Some of which are actually really short stories. So this month might not even reach a month, and I'll just leave a giant hiatus period where there'll be no videos, because it's a lot easier just to try and keep it on the month schedule rather than doing it any other way. The main reason is because there's just tons of cross posts from other subreddits, and I've probably read a fair few of them already. I don't know which ones I've read. Don't know which ones I haven't. I don't want to be rereading stories. But enough about that. I got 4 stories lined up. A bit of a long intro. Let's get into it, and we're going to start with this one because this one's a bit different. Mental neighbor steals and assaults police officer. Gets 30 years in jail. In background, me, of course. MN, mental neighbor. And NN, nice neighbor. Now you're going to have to bear with me for this story, because it's a lot of left and right scrolling. This happened about 2 years ago. We own a nice beach house in a small beach community with only a couple hundred beach houses. We usually go once every 2 months in the winter and about once every 2 weeks in the summer due to the weather. But our family always invites friends and other family to stay with us at the house. But once, when I invited my best friend, we didn't have any boogie boards or wakeboards, so we went online and ordered some from Amazon. But instead of shipping the packages to our regular house, we shipped it to the beach house for convenience. We had Prime, so it would take 2 to 4 days for them to ship, but they showed up after we left. But before we returned to the house, N called us about a car being in our driveway, asking if we were expecting guests, which we weren't. So we asked NN to take a picture of the license plate and send it to the local police. When we received the news that it was MN's car in our driveway. Before this incident, MN was very nice to us and brought gifts. Upon hearing that he had no right to park there, the police go up to his door and confront him, which he denies that it's his car and acts very suspicious. The police come back with a warrant that states that he might be doing illegal drugs, and they search his house. Magically, the boogie boards were in his closet. He states that we put them there to frame him. He is arrested for stealing and the use of marijuana, but was sentenced to 2 months in prison due to being partially disabled and not right in the head. After his return from prison, he starts to stay low, but one time we arrived to find eggs against our house, smashed our motion activated light, smashed the railing of our deck, and tried to bust into our garage. But we secretly installed 4 security cameras around the property, overlooking the deck, garage door, and other parts of the property. With our recordings of him doing this, we went to the police and they came over and arrested him. Before letting the police arrest him, he pulled a knife and stabbed one of the officers and was shot in the arm and taken into custody, and was charged and sentenced to 30 years for assaulting an officer, theft, attempted murder, and property damage. Now I sleep with a Bowie knife on my bedside table. Also, he got his foot amputated. Lamau. I love how the final detail is he got his foot amputated. It's just like 1 foot McGee just gonna hobble around on the 1 foot. Okay. Next story. You take away happiness, we'll take it all away from you. TLDR, guy bands ice cream truck, pops a ball, threatens to rap us, makes sexual comments about a girl, slaps the girl's ass. We destroy all the windows that are visible, forcing him to buy more, break new ones, pop car tires, and my man goes bankrupt. And background. I live in a quiet street in the UK, and UK summers are nice. If you want more info on the ice cream truck and pop ball, I made an EP story, or entire parent story, or people story. So me and my friends in the street usually play football. A few girls join in, but some are on the sidewalk. The girls are important. I really cannot be bothered to mention the ICT and the ball pop, so if you want to know about that, then read the EP story. On this nice summer's day, me and my brother go out to call for our friends. They come out and we have a good time. We laugh about how he popped the ball, and surprise, this guy is outside licking his lips at one of the girls. Oh, ew, oh. We turn around and shrug it off, but the girl is a bit uncomfortable. We get a football and play at the end of the street. The perv's still looking. Oh, gross. Skip about 30 minutes later, this guy approaches us and says, Perv. Me, you cannot be that. Okay, we got a list of people. So we got P, who's Perv. Me, you cannot be that dumb. I hope you put that in as yourself. B, brother. VG, victim girl. VG2, victim girl 2. SF, street friend. SF2, street friend 2. P licks his lips and says, hello, people. I'd like to ask to... Oh, I cannot believe I... Oh, that's wrong. That is wrong. to put the ball away. You know what happened last time. No, stop licking your lips at my sis, you fucking perv. We are going to play football, so leave us alone. VG hides behind her brother. P then grabs the ball, and the girl pops the ball and sniffs the girl's hair. I am not doing what he did. I'm just like, no. Everyone looks in terror as VG then starts crying. VG is just like, please let me go. Let me go, please. Let her go. SF then punches P and VG is crying on SF. P then attempts to punch SF and B pushes him to the ground. He runs back to his house defeated and screams, "You're all gonna get raped by me! You deserve it!" SF2 is just like, what a sick bastard. VG2 comforts VG. 1 hour later, P comes back out and unexpectedly slaps both girls' asses. Oh no! Oh no! He's going for the double. The double slap. Oh no! VG and VG2 in unison. Ow! He runs back to his house like nothing happened, and when we went to confront him, he slapped me and SF2, and we kicked his door. This is where we plotted the revenge. The plot. Our plot consisted of driving him into homelessness accidentally. We would constantly aim the football into P's window, high and low. We also knew this was the right time as his wife filed for divorce and moved out, so it was fairly miserable. This was perfect. We used the emotional tactic when he came out to probably abuse one of the girls. We said, "Are you still sad that your wife left you?" She isn't. Neither are we, you sick perv. We laughed as he went back to his house and probably had a mental breakdown. Activate cringy high five here. Step 2. We continue to kick balls at his window and most break. This guy then installs new windows, taking a toll on his wallet. This is exactly what we wanted. The footballs don't break the window, only smash them. Step 3. Me and B activate step 3. We wanted to sound professional, so we named it Operation Removal. Where we force him to stay at home, not go to work, so one day, when he walked to the local market, we popped his tyres with needles. We estimated the total cost of the tyre repairs to be €750, but not too much, but enough to carry on with our plan. Soon the rent comes around. He doesn't have enough, and ends up being evicted from his house. We knew this when a sign was planted for sale. I also found out that he moved onto the streets because of a bus. I saw him on the streets, and I don't feel bad at all. The aftermath. Life is now happy. The ACT came down for the first time in about 6 years. We could play football freely, but sadly we stopped playing together after school. After school started to become more serious, but we do chat and occasionally go out. I don't know where that guy is, but we do know that his wife, who is now remarried and happy, called us and said how sorry she was, and that he was sent to jail. Good on ya. Soon the wife came down to our street, seeing it flourishing with happiness, and the grandmothers had a nice old chat. The kids of our street saw us as God figures, and we promised to defend the street from sadness. The old house was moved into by a nice old couple, and we became good friends with them. A couple of days ago, one of the friends brought it up, and I mentioned r/SupernovaRevenge, in which we agreed that our story belonged here. Why I don't feel sad? This guy took away children's happiness. He harassed a young girl. He abused young girls. He threatened to rap us. He kidnapped a kid's dog who was severely damaged, but saved and is now happy. He abused young boys. He spread false rumors about us, and so many more reasons I don't want to go into because of how insanely grotesque they are. I apologize for my going along with the rude behaviors he did with the whoosh. I should be embarrassed by that. Next up, Checkmate in double time. I don't know if this is pro or not, but here it goes. Excuses, language, mobile, etc., 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 etc. Once upon a time, when I was in 8th grade, I had 2 bullies, a kid and a teacher. So let's see the cast. Me, English teacher, and bully. So let's go to the story. The plot happened like this. In my schools in Puerto Rico, I had a bully that unfortunately was always put into my homeroom of 30 students approximately over and over, and at 8th grade I had an English teacher that had a lot of errors in grammar or speech. People say I have the patience of Job all the time, so it was easy to target me. Do you remember how a rubber band works? That was me. The teacher was yelling at me because I wasn't at the same level as the class and had a different pronunciation as my teacher. Until one day I waited until after the class. I told her that she did something wrong in class. So she destroyed my scholarship because she will not give me anything other than a C after the event. No music, no money to study, no peace at my house. My parents were abusive in the worst ways, so they stepped it up a notch. My friends started to make my bully go against the English teacher as I started to do pranks and mess around with all her stuff. Like unfolding the chairs, she would hide her keys, put menacing notes in her desk or purse, and accredited the glory to my bully, until she became paranoid in the classroom. But nobody suspects of the nice teacher's pet that apologized to the English teacher. One day I decided to do the coup de grace and aggravate him until he was yelling at English teacher, and English teacher was trying to escort and drag him to the principal of the school. Then my bully got out of her grasp and started fighting her. So I had a thought. While the commotion was going on, I broke her windows and mirrors in her car with an extra shirt from his gym bag, then used the shards to scratch all her paint off and left the t-shirt in the crime scene. Oh. Okay. My bully got suspended and banned from most of the schools in the area, and my English teacher had a mental breakdown and was forced to retire while I told her about the whole plan as she deteriorated. She was admitted to a psychiatric institution. Just telling her everything you did while she's getting taken away. And she can't do anything about it because she can go on to the mental house. Woo! Two birds, one stone is a saying that we use around here. He nailed it. Last story. Don't fucking mess with me. Hello everyone on Reddit. I finally had the courage to post this on Reddit. All my life I have been bullied by my sister and my friends. Never have caught a break from them. Here are some examples of what they have done to me. Like pull my pants and underwear down, pull down my pants and underwear in public in front of everyone, even my crush. I have been embarrassed by my sister many times in school, like inventing new stupid stuff about me that I have never heard of. One time we were on after school classes and she invented that when I short it comes out yellow, and from there I eat pretending it's cheese. Wait. Oh. I also have never experienced love in any form of way. My mother is a very busy woman with almost no time on her hands. She sometimes gets home around 3 a.m. or she never comes, so that's why my bullies kept on pushing me. And worse, this was in Mexico where no one cares about anything. And when I ever told the principal, it got worse for me. Some other things were that they would hide my S10 Plus from me. They even tried to flush it down the toilet. And since one of my bully's dad served in the army for over 10 years in his house, he has tons of firearms and silencers. So this came out that when I was walking. So this came out when I was walking to get on the bus, for some reason outside the school, I got pulled over by one of the bullies, and the conversation went basically like this: OP me, and B for mean bullies. Well, what do you want? Nothing particular. Just look at this. Why would you bring a gun to school? Just to threaten you or maybe even shoot you. So just give me all that money that you have been saving up. I know you have over $500 stored. Give me it. I don't have it in me right now. It's at my house. Points gun ahead. Well, here's a reminder to bring me it. He then shoots to shoot my left toe. Oh my god. No. Mexico, what is wrong with you? Me crying my ass out, trying not to scream. I didn't want to make it look like an urgent matter so I wouldn't get shot at again. I just stuck up and provided to extract the bullet. Luckily, my dad was a surgeon dealing in many ASAP accidents and seen him work before I started the painful shorty ass process of extracting the bullet inside the bus. If I didn't do it then, I would have gotten my foot amputated. I got inside the bus and pulled out a compass you use to make circles, and used those as pliers and began to extract the bullet. I dug through my tissue until I found the bullet. Luckily for me, I was a tough 17-year-old and have gone through worse, so it didn't hurt. I successfully completed the process and managed to take out the bullet. I then proceeded to cure my infection with some alcohol that I had left in my backpack. I used all coal to bury my sorrows, and luckily you could use it to disinfect. I poured the rest of my bowl in my wound, and the bus started to smell like alcohol, so when the teacher found the stink, they kicked me out of the bus and threw everything out the window, even the bullet, and they never questioned. The worst part is that they kept the bottle. I was later suspended for 5 months, and my parents decided to kick me out naked in the street because everything I had they have bought with their own money. And due to my traumatic events, I have become a psychopath. We are very special due to our abilities, and no, we don't mess up people's lives for fun, or due to that we are bored. We do it off. We have been hurt in some way. We psychopaths are special because we don't even share emotions like pain, love, empathy, nothing. And when we plan revenge, we do it flawlessly and perfectly. Flawless victory. Due to all of this, I joined the military in my stay. I was pretty good in it, but had my bullies there also. Like once we were jogging 250 laps around the premises, and we had to go through forest area. While we were there, I got knocked out by Fred. I and Fred never got along because I was better at him than everything. And then went to the sergeant and claimed I shot him, and him in self-defense punched me in the head. Due to the sergeant believing Fred, I got kicked out of the military due to inaccurate behaviour and got sent to prison for 10 years for attempted murder. Luckily, due to me being a good inmate, I was released 5 months before my due date. And because I was in prison for so long, I basically got my revenge all planned. And here is how I forked everyone up. By the time I got released from jail, I was 29, and no one wanted to hire a suck-up 29-year-old who went to jail for attempted homicide. So there was no need. I started to go with my filthy rich grandparents and asked them to pay for my college, and I basically earned a doctor's degree in architecture and a master's in engineering. And my plan was completed with the funding from my grandparents and my degrees. I went on to start my own business and build buildings, and also do all the plumbing and engineering. So basically now ready to go house. And boy, was it a damn amazing business. So I started to tell my friends to tell MB about the new opportunity to start over and begin a new life. He surely wasn't going to stop drugs and alcohol, so my plan was hatched. MB finally agreed to the new life, and I started to build his new house, but everything wrong. I never put in insulation. I put the plumbing all wrong, so that when you flush the toilet, it goes to the sink, and your poop will clog everything. I put the floor from the bathroom made out of sugar, so soap and around bug problem made the floor slant, so when he places a lightweight object, it will fall. Put a music box in the healing compartment set to go off every day at 12 AM, 3 AM, and also 5 PM. Then I started to plant illegal stuff inside his house, and just gave anonymous tips to the police that he had some illegal short in there, and basically he lived in that short ton of a house for over 10 years and thought that the sink was broken because I was his go-to plumber and was supposed to fix it. After 10 years of living there, I just basically put a raccoon inside his house, and it bit his big foot toe and pinky, basically it had to be amputated because he never got it taken care of. The house cost him over $2.5 million, and all that unnecessary improvement, like $1 million more, so he went bankrupt. Every day, I would also start buying cigarettes and alcohol and begin to leave them on his porch, and he had to sell the house for $50K because no one wanted it. And he used it all on cigarettes and alcohol. He basically got fired from his high-paying job and went into a homeless piece of shit. And when the new owner saw all the legal stuff planted in the house while he was renovating, he called the police and the dude was sentenced 10 years in prison. Fuck you, MB! Oh my... Shooting a person's toe. God damn. I thought it would have been just like a clean through and through. Although, he is standing on the ground, probably wearing a shoe as well, so it's gone through the shoe into the toe. It could have gone through the bone, maybe. Maybe it didn't. And if it did, it would have ricocheted back up and back into the toe. Ah, that would hurt. Anyways, I'm going to end this episode here. Links will be in the description to my main channel and also the second channel for you guys to go check out. Also, links on the screen to the playlist and the last episode. Go check them out. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when the next video comes out. A ding, a ding. I'm the Mad Scientist. Mad Scientist out.